Many people believe that when the third Jerusalem temple is rebuilt, the Great Tribulation will start and the Antichrist will be revealed. But what I believe now is that actually the third Jerusalem temple will be just a decoy, and then the third Jerusalem temple will be destroyed, and then the Jerusalem temple will be rebuilt again for the fourth time, and at that time the Antichrist will be revealed, and then the Great Tribulation will start. So when the third Jerusalem temple is rebuilt, many will be deceived, and many will accept the Antichrist as the real Jesus. And also at that time, many people will think that the Great Tribulation will start soon, so they will flee, and when they realize the Great Tribulation is not here yet at that time, then in the past there was a lot of tragedy involving the cult, and many people were financially destroyed because of that cult. So similar things might happen when the Jerusalem temple is rebuilt for the third time. So I'm going to explain why the third Jerusalem temple will be a decoy, and don't be deceived by it when it's rebuilt. So not many people talk about this, but if you've been watching this YouTube channel for a while, you know about the Jewish boy Nathan, and what he saw was Obama will attack Israel, and at the time Jewish Messiah will appear and save Israel. And I believe that that war, when Obama attacks Israel, that war is prophesied in the Daniel chapter 9. So this is Daniel chapter 9 verse 26. And after the 62 weeks, Messiah shall be cut off, but not for himself. And the people, the prince who is to come, shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. So many people believe that this Daniel 9 war was the war in which the Roman army attacked Jerusalem and destroyed the sanctuary, which is the Jerusalem temple. So I believe like that for a long time, but what I now believe is that this Daniel 9 war is a double prophecy. So it prophesied about the AD 70 war, in which Roman armies destroyed the Jerusalem temple, but it also prophesied the future war. I believe is the war in which Obama will attack Israel, and then he will destroy the third Jerusalem temple. So why do I believe that this Daniel 9 war is that war in which Obama attacks Israel? It's because it says here, Prince who is to come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. The end of it shall be with a flood. So this is why I believe this Daniel 9 war is the double prophecy. Because when the Roman army invaded Israel and destroyed the sanctuary, there was no record of a flood. But it says here, the people of the prince who is to come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. The end of it shall be with a flood. So I believe that this Daniel 9 was prophesied about the AD 70 war, but also it prophesied about the future war in which Obama will attack Israel. And at that time, there shall be a flood. So why will there be a flood? Because to fool the world as a real Messiah, when the Antichrist appears, there is a prophecy in the book of Malachi. So in the book of Malachi, it prophesies that the Messiah will stand on the mountain Sinai, and then at that time the valley will split in two, and then the water will flow out of it. So in order to deceive the world, when the Antichrist appears, he will stand on the Mount Sinai, and then at that time, the water will flow out of it. So, I believe what will happen is that when the Jerusalem temple is rebuilt, Obama will attack with the Arab countries to destroy the third temple. And at that time, the Jewish Messiah will appear, and then that Jewish Messiah will be the Antichrist. And then, when he appears, he will stand on the Mount Sinai, and then actually there will be a flood because the water will flow. So at that time, the Antichrist will kill Obama, and then he will save Israel, and he will be accepted as a Messiah by Israel. And then at that time, he will let Israel build the Jewish temple again for the fourth time. And he will make a covenant for 7 years. And then he will start the Great Tribulation. So I believe that this Daniel 9 war is talking about that war in which Obama will attack Israel. So because not many people realize this is a double prophecy, so many people believe that when the Jerusalem temple is rebuilt for the third time, then they will think the Great Tribulation is near. And also what will happen is many Christians believe that Obama is the Antichrist. So when Obama attacks Israel and then the real Antichrist appears, then they will think that, there is a prophecy in the book of Revelation, and it says the Antichrist will attack Israel, and then at that time, real Jesus will kill the Antichrist. So when Obama attacks Israel and that Antichrist kills Obama, then they will think that that war is the Armageddon war prophesied in the book of Revelation. So they will be deceived into thinking that the Antichrist who killed Obama is the real Jesus. So the Antichrist will be accepted as a Messiah by Israel, and the Christians will believe that that Antichrist is the real Messiah. So this third Jerusalem temple will be a great deception. So I want to warn you about that in this video. And also, if you notice, this book of Daniel chapter 9 war, I told you that it's a double prophecy. And actually, Jesus made a double prophecy in another book, which is the book of Luke. So in the book of Luke, Jesus said, when the Jerusalem is surrounded by army, then know that the end is near. So Jesus at that time prophesied about the AD 70 war, about end of Jerusalem, but he also prophesied about the end of the world. And at that time the Great Tribulation will start. So with the same prophecy, he was prophesying about two separate events, one in AD 70 and one in the end of the world. So it's a double prophecy in the book of Luke. But I told you that this Daniel 9 war is a double prophecy, and this Daniel 9 war double prophecy is about the same time period, which was AD 70. So I believe this Daniel 9 war is a double prophecy too. So because many people don't realize that this Daniel 9 war is a double prophecy, so they will be deceived when the Jerusalem temple is rebuilt. So when the Jerusalem temple is rebuilt for the third time, don't be deceived. And the Jerusalem temple will be rebuilt for the third time, and at that time Obama will attack Israel, and then the Antichrist will appear on Mount Sinai, and then the water will flow, and then there will be a flood, just as prophesied in this Daniel 9 war. So I urge you to not be deceived by the third Jerusalem temple. So this is a great deception. So many people will be fooled when the Antichrist kills Obama, they will believe that the Antichrist is the real Messiah. So Jesus said, here is Messiah, and here is the Messiah in the wilderness. Don't believe. So when Jesus returns, he will not be a mere person born as a baby and raised to be an adult. So before Jesus returns in the sky with great glory, and at that time there will be a rapture. So until that happens, believe no one. So it will be a great deception. So this is Mark chapter 13 verse 22. For false Christ and false prophets will rise and show signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. So even the elect who are saved, who are born again, might be deceived by this event. So even those who are watching this video right now, when that event actually happens, you might be like greatly shaken. Oh, what if this is a real Jesus? Like Jesus returning on the sky, riding a cloud. It's like a fairy tale. What if this is a real Jesus? So some might think like that, and this will be a great deception. So you have to guard yourself. And also at the time when the third Jerusalem temple is rebuilt, many people might believe that the Great Tribulation will start soon. So they might flee. So there have been a lot of great tragedies because of the cause. Many people was greatly damaged financially, and their lives were destroyed. So there were many cults like that. So when the third Jerusalem temple is rebuilt, a similar thing might happen. So I urge you to not be deceived when the Jerusalem temple is rebuilt. I wish you blessings from the Lord.